Hi, welcome to the Christian Science Daily Lift. Today we hear from Judy Olson. She's a Christian Science practitioner and teacher from Westport, Connecticut.
Some years ago, three things happened all at once. I was elected to be chairman of a board that I was serving on. And at the very same time, they needed a secretary for the organization, and a woman offered her services. And it happened to be someone I knew, so I was looking forward to serving with her. And at the same time, there was something in the law about whether people were employees or independent contractors. And no one on the board, including myself, knew which was correct, but we wanted to obey the law, of course. We needed to know which she was. And it didn't seem right to me to have her with us because it might make her feel uncomfortable. So someone on the board had a brother who was in employment law. And he came over and we asked him for the information that we needed. Right after that, maybe one day later, I got a call from this new secretary. And she just lit into me and was just hollering. She said, "I thought you were a Christian. And here you're meeting behind my back." And I tried to explain to her, I'm sorry if she felt offended. It was not a board meeting, but it just seemed to make everything worse. And she just kept hollering and then hung up. Just then, my husband walked in, and I was tempted to say, "You'll never guess what just happened," but something stopped me. And actually, it was one of the commandments. It was, "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." And I thought to myself, if I do that, that's bearing false witness about someone, because I needed to be seeing her as God's child, just as perfect as God is, because she's his expression. I didn't say anything to anybody, and I was just striving to not get in to try and figure out how this was going to work out or anything like that, but to just keep seeing her as God sees her. Well, we got closer and closer to the first board meeting, and the morning of the day that our board meeting would be, I got a call from her, and all she said was, "You know that wasn't me." And I said, "Yes, I do." And that was the end of that. And that issue never came up, and never again was she angry about anything as we worked together. I learned that things aren't met by just trying to humanly convince someone of something, but reaching out to God for his information about his children. Everyone just as precious to him as he is to us. When we're praying to God, we're never trying to make a mortal man a spiritual one. But we are praying to know that no matter how much the material senses he's immortal, he's spiritual. When you get right down to it, we're just proving that the truth of man's goodness and godliness is the fact.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you'll join Judy and me for this week's Sentinel Watch program. The link is right on the Daily Lift page. We'll see you there.
This podcast is produced by the First Church of Christ Scientist in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Copyright 2024.